In this video, I'm going to do a deep dive of the const keyword, which was introduced as part of ES6 or ES2015, and how that compares to the let keyword, and I'll compare it to the var keyword also. So the first thing, let's see the const keyword in action. So if I create a new constant variable, we'll create something that's called hello, and we'll set the value to world. And we'll just do a console.log, and you will see it returns world, which is good, and that works in the same way as a var and a let. Now, if I try to change the value of hello to something else, so if I set it to banana, you can see an error comes back, so you cannot assign to a constant variable. And I can do the same thing, although I'm using Quokka there. And let me just show you this very quickly in Node.js. So we'll just hit save, same piece of code, and we'll hit node, and you'll see it's returning that error, assignment to constant variable. So that's great. So the key thing about that is once I've declared something as a constant, I am not able to change its variable. It will throw me an error every single time. So that's probably the first thing to know about a const. Whereas if I were to change this to a let, you can see I can change that to banana, and then, or if I change that to a var, then the value changes. But a const, I cannot reassign a variable to the constant declaration. Second thing to know about a const is I must declare a value in the keyword. I can't just sort of leave it wide open because I can't do a reassignment. So I can't do const hello and then hello equals banana because it breaks the assignment to constant variable. And then if I just do that on Node.js for a second, so let's set const hello to there. We'll hit save, and then we'll hit there. You see missing initializer and constant declaration. So I must always provide an initializer. I must always set an initial value. Okay. So let's put that back to here. Next thing to know about a const is that it's only accessible from the point of declaration. So what do I mean by that? So everything's good here. It's returning world when I call hello. But if I was to try and do a console log before I've declared it, so let's try that. Hello. You're going to see I get an error. It says cannot access hello before initialization. So that is one of the key things about a const. And that works the exact same way as a let. So if I change that hello to a let, you'll see same error. Yep, cannot access hello before initialization. So both const and lets require you to declare your variable first before you can access it. That obviously is not the case with a var. So if I change that to a var, then you get an undefined. And the reason for that is vars are function scoped rather than block scoped. And I'll explain that in a second. And therefore JavaScript hoists, and I'll explain what that means. So JavaScript hoists the declaration of your variables to the top of the function, or if it's global to your or globally. So for example, what JavaScript is really seeing in this case is it sees this. So it sees a var hello, and then it sees hello equals world. But obviously that's not the case with either a let or a const. Okay, so and that's why you get a const. So if I change that var to a let, it would have the same behavior. Obviously, that wouldn't work with a const because I can't define there. So let me return this back to where it was. As I said before, const like let is block scope rather than function scope. So let me show you what I mean by that. So in this case, I've got hello and it's returning world, and you can see it's console log. Now, if I introduce a new block in here, so a block is represented by brackets. So by putting two brackets here, I've represented a new scope. I could just change hello to any other value I want. So if I set hello to fried chicken, then I've reassigned that. And then if I just do a console.log hello, you're going to see it returns fried chicken. So life is good. Key thing is, because it's in a new scope, that means the fried chicken that is being returned here, that is only staying within the context of this scope. So fried chicken is only set to the hello constant, which is scoped to this block here. It doesn't have an effect on the constant that I've defined up at the top there. I'm not going to get a reassignment issue because const is a brand new constant within that scope. Outside of the scope, it's going to return world, but within that scope, it's going to return fried chicken because it's two different declarations within different scopes. If I change this to a var, what you would see, and change this to a var, what you would see is it starts with world, and then I set it to fried chicken, but because vars are function scoped and don't respect block scoping, then that fried chicken affects that hello over here, and therefore fried chicken will appear there. Whereas with a constant, I don't have that problem. So as soon as I reset that back to const, then we're in there. And that's the same with things like lets as well. So that is probably one of the key things to know. If I was to remove this let here, and then I try and access hello, then it's not going to allow me to do that because it's not being declared. And again, if I just show this over here, and then just type in node, I'm going to get an error. Hello is not defined. Yeah, because I've set hello to fried chicken. It's scoped within that block. I cannot access it outside that block. So it fails. So first thing to kind of point out about the const keyword is it's a little bit misleading. Although you can't reassign a value to something that's declared as a const, that doesn't make it immutable in all scenarios. It is only a constant for the primitive types. So things like number, string, bool, undefined, big int, and symbol are all primitive types, and therefore it is a constant. You can't reassign, and I can't mess with things underneath there, right? So that means in those cases it is a constant. But that isn't the case for things such as arrays, objects, or functions. They are mutable, and therefore it's not necessarily constant. And it's true, I wouldn't be able to reassign, but I would be able to modify the underlying object. So what we'll do now is create an array defined as a constant. So const, and we'll set hello, and we'll set it equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Life is good, and I'm just going to console log that. Hello. And you see it's returning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So although that's a constant, I can modify that. So if I were to type something like hello 3, and we were just to set that to 7, you see the array is modified. So even though it's a constant value, I've got 1, 2, 3, 7, 5. Now what I can't do is obviously assign a new value to an array. So if I try and go 1, 2, 3, I'm going to get an error assignment to constant variable, but I can change the underlying values of the array as you just saw. And that is the key thing there. I cannot reassign for a const, but if something is mutable, such as an array, a function, or an object, then I can modify the underlying object. And that is the critical difference. So it's something, it's a little bit of trickery, but it's something you kind of need to be aware of. And again, just to demonstrate that it's not just arrays, let's do the same with object. So let's create an object really quickly. So we'll call it hello again, and we'll set first name equal to Chris, and we'll set last name equal to hey. I need a comma there. So that's been logged out on hello here. That's good. Of course, like before, I can't reassign. So if I try to do hello equals anything else, it's going to come back with an error. So that's fine. It doesn't let me do that. But I can change the underlying values. So if I set first name to Bob, then it changes it. And of course, I can also mutate it. So I can by adding properties. So if I say hello dot shoe size equals 9, then it's affected as well. So key thing is because an object's mutatable, I can modify, I can change it. I just can't reassign the value. And how that really works is what the constant is doing underneath is it's really looking at memory locations. So it's saying hello is pointing to memory location, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can not change that memory location. Memory location, let's say if it's a primitive, it'll have a string that'll say hello world, or if it was a primitive such as a number, it would say 5. But if the memory location is pointing to an object, then it doesn't work in the same way. So I can change all the objects underneath that, and I'm not breaking the const rules because const is still pointing to that same memory location which points to that object. It's just that the values of the object underneath are being changed, which obviously you can't do with a primitive value. And weirdly enough, I can do the same thing with functions, because at the end of the day, functions are objects. So let me create a function. So we'll call that hello again. I will use a function expression. In this case, we'll make it an anonymous function. It's called hello, and I've done the same thing. So we're going to create a function. So what I'm going to do is create a function, and because with ES6 or ES2015, I can create functions as expressions and not always have to do a declaration. I can assign a function to a constant. So let me show you that. So constant hello equals function. I'll just do it as an anonymous function. We'll return hello world, and then I'll just console log that. And brackets. Okay, so you can see that it's returning hello world, and I can change these values again, hello world 2. And that is fine, and it's created as a const. I could do this as a lambda expression. I could do this as an arrow function, so I could just turn this into const hello equals do that again. I could do this as an arrow function, so I could just make this So I could do this as an arrow function. So we'll just reduce this down into being an arrow function. We'll hello world, and you see it's logging hello world there. And then I can do crazy stuff. So I could do hello dot world equals world. And then I could just do a console.log hello.world, and it returns world, or whatever I decide to choose in there. And that is because a function is an object and therefore is mutatable there. Now, I'm not going to go into this in this video, but if you want to prevent objects from being mutated, then you can do things like object.freeze, or which could do a shallow freeze, or you could even loop over all the properties in an object to give yourself a deep freeze. I'm not going to go into that, but that's how you would make an object immutable in that sense. But I just wanted you to be aware of the gotcha of this. So just because it's a constant, if you're dealing with a non-primitive, then it is not immutable, and it is potentially a mutable object. Okay, so that is the end of this video. Probably the key things to know about the constant keyword, just to sort of go back over it again, is that it's new. It must be initialized. So when you type const, you must initialize that with an initial assignment. It is block scoped rather than function scoped. You cannot access the constant before it's declared, and it is immutable, or it is a constant value before primitives. But a gotcha is if it's an object, a function, or an array, so anything that is potentially mutable, then it's not necessarily a constant, and the value underneath that could change. And then obviously the final part is a constant. The key thing is you cannot reassign variables. You cannot reassign values to something once it's been declared as a constant. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful to you, and speak soon.